44 years old man with my 42-year-old wife. Today is the saddest day of my life, even though I was happy this morning. Need some help. It was a great start to the day when I took my 3 boys to a nearby theme park. But by the time we got halfway home, I was having trouble seeing and breathing. I no longer lived in the world I thought I did. A new job has kept me on the road for the last 4 or 5 months. The only reason I worked hard at this job was to support my family. This job pays well, and we only had to travel for a short time until we could move. There were many times when I was lonely on the road and wished I could hook up at a hotel bar, but I never did anything about it. Over the past few months, there were small signs, but I didn't go under that rock to find them. We had a great life with 3 great boys that I love more than anything else in the world. A lot of laughs and good times with my wife and boys. I thought it was a good sex life. A look, a deleted text, and the feeling of being far away were all small signs that made me think, what if? But why would I want to know the truth if something were going on? I most likely thought those things were real. Things were fine. It's been a few weeks since we sold our house and moved to our new job. My wife has been crying for no reason before, during, and after the move. She said it was because of the stress of the move. It's possible that part of the problem is that we don't argue or fight very often. I felt bad that she was sad. We both thought the move was the right thing to do, but we both felt like we might have made a mistake. My phone dies while we're at the theme park today. I asked to borrow hers then. Her PIN has been changed. Okay. Then I saw a text message going to the real estate agent who sold our house, the person I just paid $37,500 to, which seems strange. A simple question is asked. What time is the picnic? But there's no chat log to show what that was about. Those small signs from a few weeks ago are now beginning to look like huge bright signs. But this can't be true. I looked at the full activity log on our phone account while we were having lunch, if not to prove myself wrong, then to show that I was wrong. I've never done anything like this before. This account log is making me feel sick just thinking about it. I'm making this much bigger than it is. It's crazy of me to think this. Okay, not much here except a few calls around the time the house sold. All right, my heart sinks when I see the text action log. I'm with the boys at a restaurant, and I could have a panic attack or a heart attack right in front of them. I come up with a reason to go for a walk. I walk around the parking lot mindlessly for 20 minutes. A lot of calls, especially late at night. This week, she texted him while we were having dinner with the boys. I thought she had a text with her sister. I fell asleep while the boys watched a movie last night. A lot of texts back and forth. My mind is working hard to come up with a reason. The log might be wrong. There is no sticking. Every minute my world melts away. When I stumble back from the parking lot, I tell you I'm sick, which is true, and tell you to go home right away. When we get home and are out of hearing of the boys, I talk to her about it. At first they say, yeah, we've just been texting back and forth. It's then that I lie a little and say that I've seen all the texts because they are saved on our iCloud account. Then I find out the truth. It began as a flirtation, turned into oral sex twice, and now they're chatting. That's wrong. Even though she bought a sex toy for us to try out last week, it was obviously for her to use with him while texting. So this wasn't just something that happened. It's bad with someone we both know. They shook my hand and looked me in the eye when I signed the papers and gave him a big fee. We've been texting back and forth for weeks. At the same time, I feel bad that she's upset because I think it's because of the move. I want to know if I can save this. I was really happy yesterday. She tells him she will never talk to him again because the affair is over. She says she just wanted attention and will do anything to make things right between them. I'm sorry, but I haven't been giving her much. Or is it because she was absent, because she was having an affair? I really believe she feels bad about what happened and wants to make things right. Is it possible? I've read posts on this site that all say you should hire a lawyer. I can't even think about what my life would be like without my wife and kids. Even though I want to fix this, I'm also broken. It's been a while since I last thought about these pictures. Is it ever going to feel real that we're not just pretending things are like they were? Could we fix this? Does it take place? What is the first thing that should be done? Let's go to the neighborhood. The Banelings start things off. The guy is something I haven't heard anyone talk about. I would go straight to his company and tell his boss about this if I were you. It's not fair that you let him into your home and gave him the keys, but that's what he does on work time. Also, trust me when I say that the flirting took place at work. Yes, the wife is just as much to blame, if not more, but that has already been said. On the other hand, the person is not at all professional, which is a big breach of trust. His company and boss should know as much as you did. The next note from Cowardice in Sandwiches says that reporting him to his broker could get him fired from his brokerage, but most real estate agents work on their own and can easily find work somewhere else. OP should take the agent to the state's license board. Tells her that it's over now that she's been caught. Does he still not know it's over? She was also sad because she didn't want to leave him and what they had together. I also don't believe that the toy was meant to be used while texting. It sounds like they plan to meet up again in the future. If they want to fix their marriage, they need to start therapy this week, both as a couple and on their own. Remember that you won't be able to fix your marriage or trust overnight. Tonight, you could start by making a list of the things she needs to do to make you happy. Break up with the guy, block him on all social media, and block his phone number. Then think of other things you'll need to feel at ease. You won't let her go to the food store by herself right now because you don't trust her. So, think about what you're going to do next. These things will get a lot better with therapy. Before we move on to the next story, let's hear back from the OP. Thanks for your thoughts and suggestions. It makes me feel better to know that other people can connect to my story. I understand this is strange, but I want to act like it never happened. I had to face the fact that we do have a problem in order to go to therapy. It's the right thing to do, but it scares me in a strange way. It makes me think that by putting her through therapy, I'm giving her what she wants, which is attention. I know that also doesn't make any sense. I hope I have the guts to do it. Okay, let's move on. My ex-husband, 33 years old and 29 years old, is a chronic lie and cheater. Things I did to hurt him during the breakup. He's telling everyone that I cheated on him and stole everything from him, so he needs to start over. There have been times at work when people told me they were upset with me. Background: we were together for 7 years before we got married. Our boys are 2 years old. During the last 3 months of my pregnancy, I found out he was cheating on me with his friend. He lied over and over again after I caught him. I found sexy texts and hotel reservations for 2 in our city when he said he had to go on a business trip, but he still denied cheating on me. It might not have made a difference, but I wasn't able to do much physical activity while I was pregnant. That's why we stopped having sex. For 3 months, he couldn't keep it in his pants. After 8 months, I found out that he had been cheating on me. The worry made me feel terrible. The boys were not ready to be born. My ex-boyfriend wasn't in the delivery room, but his mother was. My mother-in-law is wonderful. She's always been there for me and sided with me in this. She didn't like what her son did. She also had a husband cheat on her, so this hit home for her. I kicked my ex out of our shared house with her help. At first, he refused to leave. Well, let's just say he paid for putting us through this by helping me find the best divorce lawyer. He doesn't like me anymore because, among other things, he didn't get to keep the house. I wouldn't care. But he's been saying that I lied and hurt his relationship with his mother, that I used him to get ahead in life, and that I lied about cheating to get what I wanted. I'm really lost here. I asked him about all of this, and he denied spreading stories. He told me he still wanted me and loved me, and that I let my crazy feelings get the best of me. He also said that we should be a family for the boys. It's really tough for me not to choke him. Any advice on how to deal with him from now on? I have full control of our kids, but he can see them sometimes. Yes, I left his ass 2398 is the only person who has said anything about this story. In the first place, what you're facing is a smear operation. It's meant to punish you and make him look like the victim. It will also make people dislike you and hurt your image at work and in your personal life. It sends other people like flying monkeys to do the dirty work. People like the ones you describe are very charming. Also, they don't have to be very smart. It's true that some people are naturally good at controlling others and hurting them emotionally. He's not fond of you. All of this isn't caused by hurt feelings. He wants to make your life and you less stable so that he can control you. Because he loves his kids so much, it's not likely. The more likely reason is that he is mad that you were so stupid as to leave him after years of mentally abusing you and all that work. He wants to be in charge of you again. Please do not get this wrong. I really think you should get this book right away. Why Does He Do That? Is the name of the song by Lundy Bancroft. That's a great first book to help you learn and get clear on what you're dealing with from him. I really think you should use the Gray Rock way to deal with him when it comes to the kids. Find it at lovefraud.com. It means you don't show him any emotion, give him any knowledge, talk to him, or do anything else besides the bare minimum. Nothing else. There were no responses to his attempts to get you to use mean speech. You look like a plain gray rock with smooth edges. Also, I would get one of those old composition books with the black and white spots on the top and pages that are sewn in. Make a log out of it. Enter the date and time, as well as information about what encounters have happened and what he says. Do not use hurtful words or writing about your own feelings. This is also a good time to look at your state's rules on parental alienation because he fits the bill. He will want to break you down in front of your kids and use them as flying monkeys to hurt you for all time. This is against the law in some places. That's why the book can be very useful. Also, keep all of his texts and emails and make him only use email and texts to get in touch with you. That way, everything will be in writing. If he calls, leave a message. Put all of this in your files. Now is the time to start learning about what you are really up against here. You are an item that belongs to him. He doesn't love you. He feels good about himself because you make him look like a normal, healthy person. Besides that, he misses hurting your feelings and is angry that he can't get you to come back. So watch out here. For the love of God, don't tell any of those flying monkeys anything. Figure out who they are and get rid of them. Don't tell them anything about your private life. You should really take care of yourself. Do all of you dream about me?